It is 6:30 on Tuesday, which means it's time for Toastmasters. For those of you who haven't been here before, bathrooms are through either of these doorways on the side. This microphone, please use it because it is for online participants and the music recording, but it's not actually recording. And finally, if your phone is on loud, please you're welcome to take a call. Away. And then it's really hot today. Thank you all for showing up. I looked it up. The end of summer is not until September 22nd, so we have quite a bit of time. But thank you all. I'll turn it over to Colin.
Thank you very much, Tom. Let's give it up for Tom. He helps us lock this in right at the
We just lost the Zoom.
All right. Well, welcome everyone
Hold on.
to Queen City Toastmasters, the
You're gonna do
oldest confidence lab in Charlotte.
This guy.
Been around for 70 years. Not all of them in this church. Not all of them with the ruby paint that you see in the back, but we're evolving, we're growing. Come back next week. We might have a disco ball and fog machine for you. We love to have guests visit us at Queen City Toastmasters because all of our members can relate to taking their first step, wading into the shallow end of their public speaking journey. We all have something in common. Looking out across the room, I see a very diverse crowd, but we're all linked by a desire to get better at something that consistently ranks as the greatest fear most people have. You all are grabbing the bull by the horns. You're looking to tackle it head on. You're in the right company. You've come to the right place. If you are visiting us as a guest tonight, would you please raise your hand? Now, would you keep your hand raised if this is your first time visiting any Toastmasters club anywhere? All right, let's give it up for these folks right here. Give yourself a pat on the back. You know, it's really difficult to take this first step. I knew about Toastmasters for months before I came my first time. I know from speaking to some of you tonight, that's something you can identify. Someone, I think even Sid, I think it was you, you said you'd heard of Toastmasters years ago.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, right. And here you are tonight. You finally did it. Finally did it. Way to go, Sid. All right. Well, we want to hear a little bit more about you, our guests. So I'm going to come around with the microphone. Actually, I'm going to kick it over. Old habits die hard. That's not my job anymore. I'm going to kick it over to our Vice President of Membership, the high-powered, fast-talking attorney that we got here. But she's not after your money tonight. She's just after a little bit of your information. So I'm going to kick it over to her.
Left side of the room.
Hi. Wasn't expecting to be the first, but yes, it's my name. So I guess what I'm looking for, what I'm hoping to achieve is like the camaraderie, because I love it's already in the room, and it's nice to know that you have people that are with you that are looking for the same thing that you're looking for. So hopefully I can give energy as much as receive, and we can all just like help each other out like that, because that's what we look for, teammates and stuff like that. So I'm very team oriented, so that's why I say that. But hopefully that'll grow. I want to hear great things. I want to meet great people, and that's just who I am as a person. And I know that there are like several other questions that he had mentioned, and I probably missed every single one of them. Something that's totally different. But are you from Charlotte? Oh yes. I actually live in Matthews. I'm originally from Hilton, South Carolina, a little bit further south. So originally from Hilton, South Carolina, born and raised, and then moved out to Vegas, and then came back to this side for family. Wait, why did you come back this side? Family. But that is South Carolina. That was my event. After here, that's it. Thank you. So happy to be here with you guys. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
About giving energy back, taking energy. I think that's something that we all try to strive for, especially here. It's a great community. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
Ryan, you're next. What brings you out tonight? Where are you from originally?
Hello. I presume, oh, I got it, okay. Hi, Ryan Hartman. I was here last week, so I do remember everybody who was here. I should say I just sort of remember everybody who was here. I am a veteran Toastmaster from a long time ago. I have always been a very, very nervous and terrified of public speaking. Yes, I like that energy. I want that. I want to feed up other people's energy, and that's what I, so I don't know, more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was like absolutely terrified of public speaking, and it took some time to finally find a Toastmasters club and come out, and I did it in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, so probably from like 2010 to about 2014, I did the Toastmasters program, loved it, and I think I told everybody last week, but Toastmasters will always hold a place in my heart. It's really such a great program, and I love to get involved in it again. I wanted to check out some clubs, so it was really lucky last week. So you got me back for the whole week. Trying to figure out what to do this summer. I have some travel things to do, but maybe in the fall, we'd really love to come back and maybe join some speeches again. So yeah.
Hold you do it.
All of us have lives, have work, have jobs, and things. So we come and go. Everyone tries to be as consistent as they can, but that's just not when you can't. We're excited to have you. Thank you. All right. Carl, I'll throw you out.
Sure. Yep, so I'm Kevin from upstate New York. Been in income for a while. Actually just wanted to do something uncomfortable, something a little intimidating. It's a little tough right now, honestly, like getting out of your comfort zone, learning new skills, meeting people that are like-minded and want to grow and learn. So yeah, it's my first meeting ever. I'm excited to hear what everybody else has to say. But yeah, this is my second time in Europe. I really like the first time because it had just want to start off with the community is great. Being here, talking to everybody, just getting to see all the sorts of people it's specifically for me, why I it's like I did before I just figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
But not the problem.
This read a book where the author said she thinks there's a certain number of times that you have to have it where Bible says it feels like normal. It's a different number for every single person. A little frightening, but I think it's true. Probably do that after this is certain number of times.
It's a claim that can be wrong.
My name is Sue Paul. I just moved to Charlotte from Arizona 2 weeks ago, and I stayed there around here during last 2 weeks ago for your EMB. So this place is the only place near here with me. And I've been a member of the Toastmasters Club in Arizona for 5 years, and I'd like to meet new people. I don't know anyone here to help my daughter who is going to start her college and went to Charlotte, and she needs my support. So I'm here to support her with nothing else. And I'd like to meet new people and also love to hang out with people who have same growth mindset.
Last night. Charlotte, thank you. My name is Deepika. I'm a student at the University of Charlotte. So I always struggle with structuring my thoughts. So I discussed this with my husband, and he was a Toastmasters member back in India, and rating reviews out. The benefits is being on my friend's club. So I thought I should give it a shot, and I thought it's the first time I push my public speaking.
Yes. Hey, so my name is Chris. I just recently moved to Charlotte a few months back, and just took a sales role recently. I find it a little bit more scary to talk to 20 or 30 people or bigger crowds than that than face-to-face one-on-one with somebody over the phone. But I really just came here. I really want to grow and learn a little bit more about the profession of public speaking, and want to reap those benefits in my professional and personal life. All right.
I'm very excited. I'm here to talk to working boss and also what I'm here to more about the about so that's the main reason why.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see some familiar faces as well as new from my first time last week. I am new to Charlotte as of a year ago in April. Very happy to be here. Very happy to be part of a community like Toastmasters. I guess I can't consider myself a member yet, but one of the things that I've noticed in the past year is the importance of how community shows up in your life. And to your point, I like to be around other people that are gravitable lifelines and growth mindset. And to your point about storytelling as well, to develop a better knack for and articulating my thoughts in front of folks and captivating stories. So we're gonna love to be here and see all your faces again tonight. And meet you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's not my first time here. I've been here for about 2 months ago, just about, and I took a little bit of break. Got to take care of some life stuff, so now I'm back. I hope to continue growing. I did life experience before. What I hope to get out of this is I want to be able to become much better at what everybody's here for, public speaking, being able to articulate my thoughts, and get my point across much more easily. So I'm glad I'm here and glad to be around people that also will grow as well.
Everyone's working on the same thing, everyone's working supportive, and it's very heavily warm.
Hi, my name is Krishnathan Krishnamurthy. I'm from India. I relocated to the States a couple of years ago for work, and I've been in Charlotte for the past 5 years. And I used to be a Toastmasters member back in India, and it's my first time attending a Toastmasters meeting in the States. So I'm really looking forward to it. And in general, again, similar to what everyone's talked about with this, I don't have a trouble speaking in general, but then to ensure that my message gets across to the other person and the audience, the message sticks to the audience is something that I'm trying to work on, so that I don't just talk, but then I get the message across in a more efficient and simpler manner.
There's a book that resonates, actually also, so no. Keyword covers, basically for anything exciting that happens in the world. And
All right, thank you very much, Dana, and let's give a warm
Switch
please
the
to those
cameras.
all
I
our-
got it. You gave the laptop.
As you can tell, we got some serious big rib energy going on in this club. It's Toastmasters tradition, so join the fun, score yourself a ribbon like Maddie did. Take it all the way to the bank. All right, without further ado, we're going to dive into our meeting. If you've never been to a Toastmasters meeting before, the content and the form of each meeting is basically the same, but the players, some of the ingredients and flavors change from week to week. There's a very important role for making these meetings a success, and that is our Toastmaster today. There's a person who conducts their way through the entirety of the meeting, make sure that we progress through it, and that by the end of it, we have been enlightened, that we have learned something. A very special member of Queen City Toastmasters, Mr. Queen City Toastmaster himself, the heart, the soul of this club, Mr. David Jones, is going to take us on that wild ride today. Let's give it up for David.
If you've been here the past few weeks or past month, every week there seems to be something, an issue with our audio visual equipment. We don't have a speaker today, but the reason we're using the mic is it is going to be on Zoom. So whatever performance you do, wherever you speak today, you can go to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to see yourself and hear yourself on Zoom. So that's important. Now, I'm part of the trio, which is district leadership here. Program Quality Director of District 37. And I just kind of want to talk real quick about what Toastmasters is and what the clubs can do. Toastmasters has been in existence for 100 years, and we're nonpartisan, not Democrat, not Republican, not liberal, anything like that. We're also non-denominational. We don't support any type of religion, even though we're in the church. We rent stations. We're not part of the church. We're in 148 countries with 270,000 members worldwide. Therefore, we're very neutral on everything. And Toastmasters International has no restrictions on speeches. You can talk about anything you want. But personally, I feel you shouldn't talk about politics or religion because you're going to turn off 50% of your audience usually. But you're allowed to. And part of speaking is knowing your audience. So if you're going to give a speech, you should know your audience. So if you're going to say something controversial, you might not want to, but you're allowed to. And on occasion, we have speeches or people say things here that Listen to other people, and that's part of speaking, is being able to listen to other people, to hear their views, to hear their thoughts, to get outside of our bubble. We're not gonna have that tonight, but if you ever come across anything like that, if somebody ever offends you, or you're just taken aback by their speech, just take it as a learning experience. That's just part of Toastmasters, being able to hear and relate to others and appreciate what they're saying, even if you don't agree with what they're saying. That's my little Toastmaster speech for now. Now, my theme tonight is think. And a lot of us don't think that much on a regular basis. We have routines, right? Setting your alarm clock, getting up, having breakfast, going to work, driving. How many of you have been driving somewhere and halfway through you're like, I have to get here? Because you're not paying attention. But for the most part, we don't think. We just have routines. Now, one of the better known public speakers from Toastmasters, Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar was a Golden Gavel Award winner, and he's actually one I heard about Toastmasters from 30 years ago. But there's somebody even better than him that was here long before, who was a Toastmaster and a Golden Gavel member, and that was Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale gave me one of the best pieces of advice I've ever had. And it's whenever we have problems or issues or goals, just yell at them. It's like this. And all you do is you write what you want on. Write your goal, write your problem, your concerns, and then write down the issues. And whenever you do that, you're going to release your mind. Have you ever been up late at night and you can't go to sleep because you got bills or problems at work or issues, and you just can't sleep? If you write it on your yellow pad, it's now there. You don't have to remember it. Your mind's now free to go to sleep. And there's 24 people here tonight, and I have 24 legal pads to make one. So tonight, when you go home, write down all the problems, all your issues. And then tomorrow, you can start working on solving them. Because once you clear your mind of all your problems by putting them on paper, your mind's clear. And now it can start finding answers to your problems. For instance, how do you become a better sergeant of arms? How do we set up this room better? No, I'm not saying that. You've been in the job for like 3 weeks. I'm just saying, how can we do this better, quicker?
All right.
It's an issue for us. We've been here for like 2 hours already. So we need to find a way to do this more efficiently. And if you just put on your legal pad, you'll come up with an answer. And I'll touch on some more things as we go along throughout the night. But I would like to first introduce somebody who's been part of Toastmasters for a short period of time. He's just been all in. He's always signing up for roles. He wants to learn. He's uncomfortable, but he's making it happen. And that's going to be our inspirational thought master.
Morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Okay. So, so much good information I get when I come here. I just wanted to mention one thing. David had said that think is part of the theme, I guess, for this night. And I was working a little bit on an inspirational thought, and it just so happens that the inspirational thought coincides with the theme. So, thank you. Now, I did want to say too, somebody said when I first came to Toastmasters that there'll be a magical period when all of a sudden you get up and you're not scared anymore. Just want to let you know that hasn't happened. So hence the notes. Okay, so the inspirational thought I'm going to talk about is knowing who you are, understanding who you are, how important that is in life's journey. And you may know, this was before my time, there's an exhortation to know thyself inspired in the Apollo temple in Delphi in ancient Greece. And they recognized that knowing yourself was a very important part of passing through this life. Apollo, if you didn't know, was the ancient Greek god of the sun, light, and truth, and others. So the maxim know yourself is important because life hands you all sorts of difficult choices, and knowing yourself is an important part of negotiating successfully those in that journey. And it's much harder than it sounds to know yourself. It sounds like, well, you don't know yourself, why wouldn't you know yourself? But I can testify, but it's not as easy as it sounds, and I'm still working on it. And I'm well into my 6th decade and stuff. And one of the reasons it's hard to know what is that we all have a dark side, and knowing that dark side is every bit as important as the light side. And struggling to own your dark side is a big part of the journey. Again, I can testify to that in the process. But there are some pointers that I learned, and I think I can share with you tonight. You're not who other people say you are. From the time you're a kid, people tell you you're this, you're that, you're the other. You're not who they say you are. That's where you find out. And you're not what you do or what successes you have in life. And you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you're not your physical body either. You're a metaphysical, inexpressible consciousness that will never be repeated because it's never happened in this life before, so you're absolutely unique. Never come around again. And that makes it imperative that you make the most of your time on earth. Because you owe something. You're here for a reason, and we need to find out what that reason is. So I just make a note here that the consciousness that you are is encapsulated by the I am. And that's the third, we have 2 physical eyes, but the inner eye is the witnessing eye, third eye. And that eye is the used eye to express that inner consciousness that we all have. And that's what we're exploring, is that inner life. Outer life is great. You'll have success, you'll have failure, but you'll always have an inner life. That self to explore and to know in a deeper way. And the tools, you have all the tools to handle. You have curiosity, you have intelligence, emotional intelligence. You have everything you need to find out who that is. And you need to find that out. And the quicker the better, but it's not a race. You have time. Find out who you are, be who you are, give the world who you are. The world deserves it, you deserve it. Thank you.
Just for clarification. Great Sergeant Barnes, I'm just.
Hey, you don't gotta butter me up. It's okay.
Part of my hints or tricks are to write down your job, what you do on a regular basis. What is your role? How can you do it better? If you're working 10, 12 hours a day, maybe you need to find a better way. This recently happened at me at work. I was promoted to a technical advisor. I'm a workers' comp insurance auditor. Very complicated, but my main job is to audit large accounts. And I was also given several other duties to do, and everything just, I was doing too much. And I went to my boss, and I said, what is the main job that I have? What is my main duty? He said, audit. That's all I do, audit. I don't do any of the other stuff I was doing before. That's because I kind of looked at my job, said, what could I do better? How could I do it better? And I couldn't. I just didn't have enough time, so I had to get clarification from my boss. If you're overworked, ask your boss what's your number one duty, and what you do your number one duty. That we're going to give it over to our Marriott, who's probably been very busy since I've been speaking, but our VP of membership, Dave Robinson.
I've told a couple people tonight that I got creative on my sign, but I'm having a mistake all over me. Anyways, I'm excited tonight to lead the room area for our meeting. My role is to pay attention to the language used at the meetings, have exemplary language, great vocabulary, good expressions, quotes, inspirational thoughts, and also to track ways that we can all do better and improve. So to that end, filler words. I'll be tracking filler words. So, and that sort of thing. Well, but not in a critical way, just to help waiting around for things. And I'm pretty good at that, but I'm not so great at tolerating it without undue suffering and annoyance. The other example of patient is obviously in a medical context. My husband's actually a nurse, and people go see him and are sick or his patient. I'll accept either usage of the word. And every time someone uses the word patient in their speech today, we'll go. For bonus point.
To data. Different heroes, obviously. And next up is going to be our timer, and she is our VP of Public Relations, and that is going to be Yasmin. Now,
As I said, my name is Yasmin, and I'm going to be asking us on the time again to make sure that we stay on track, because otherwise you guys so I want to make sure we're good. So for our purpose each today, we just have one icebreaker that's in 26 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll hold up the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll hold up the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I'll hold up the red card. Then for our table topics portion of the meeting, which anyone will participate in, each people will have 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, I'll hold the green card, at a minute and a half, I'll hold the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll hold the red card. And then finally, for the evaluation portion of the meeting, each speaker will have 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll hold the green card, 2 and a half yellow, 3 red. So I will try that. Thank you.
Yasmin also made on the table when you come in is our social media. You take your phone and scan Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can follow us on social media. QR codes are up there. And we're going to go ahead and jump into our speech because it is our icebreaker. Icebreaker is the first speech you give as a Toastmaster. It's 4 to 6 minutes. You usually talk about yourself, and you don't have to, but we like to get them up and going as soon as we can. So please welcome.
Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Pooja. My name is Pooja, and today I'm going to break the ice. Currently, I work as a board certified behavior analyst, also known as a board certified badass. I work with children from ages 2 years old to 21 years old, and one of my main job duties includes overseeing behavior technicians who work directly with my clients. Another one of my job duties includes training parents on how to use live behavior analytics strategies with their children. A lot of these things that we teach them include tying their shoes, washing their hands, learning how to request for different things in their environment, socializing with their peers, and a lot more.
What did she say?
Although I really like my job and I find it really rewarding, I also like to expand my horizons and learn new things. So I'm taking part in a part-time IT boot camp in automation engineering. I'm learning how to code in Python. So that's something new for me. So I'm really busy throughout the week with working, doing homework, and a lot of other things. And during my spare time, I come to Toastmasters so that I can gain a new skill and have a new hobby. When it comes to public speaking, I would like to work on a few things, which includes being able to effectively use gestures throughout my speech and articulate my thoughts in a way that people can understand.
As for personal goals, I would like to read more books, travel to more places that I haven't been to, and maintain my health so that I'm actually reading a book called Performance Cortex right now, and it's about how the motor cortex in the brain is, it's really cool because neuroscientists study athletes and they do research on athletes to see what makes them make such rapid decisions. Before that, I was reading a book called It. I know some of you guys are familiar with the movie It, with the creepy clown that lives under the sewer and tries to entice children. Yeah, I'm not like that. Definitely not. So you don't have to worry about me stealing your children. A less specific goal of mine recently has been to conquer my fears. We all have fears. Facing my fears has not always been simple and straightforward, but more like a battle between my mind and my heart. When I had a 2-month break from IT classes, I booked a trip to Hawaii, and I traveled by myself all the way there, something that I've never done. I've never traveled that far away from my hometown, which is Charlotte. I spent a week there, and I was able to do a lot of cool stuff. One of them being skydiving, the other one being swimming in the ocean, which I've always been really afraid of swimming in the ocean. When I was a little kid, I would avoid swim lessons because of the bathroom. I would hide in the bathroom, especially when it came to diving. Whenever diving came up, I would run into the bathroom. So when I went to Hawaii, I decided to go swimming in the ocean. So I went to China Walls. It's this place where it's a popular place where you go cliff diving. It's a safe place where there's no sharks, there's no anything scary happening. I thought about it. I was seeing a lot of people cliff diving, and eventually I kind of meticulously thought about it. Okay, how am I not going to break my hip? How am I not going to break my bones? I have to plan this carefully. I saw a bunch of algae all over the cliffs. And I'm like, this looks sneaky. I don't think that's a fun jump. I'm going to break my hip. So what I did was, instead of jumping off the cliff, I slid down. And I swam away from the cliff. And I wasn't so afraid because I started trying moving my arms back and forth, kicking my legs. That's one thing that swimming instructor taught me. And I did it. And I'm doing public speaking right now. I'm standing here, I'm looking at everybody, and even though I might mess up a line or two, that's okay. Progress. And that's why I'm here. I want to continue doing public speaking lifelong, and I would like to feel like I'm making it back to.
Real quick, I'm gonna, during tabletops, I'm gonna hand out the yellow test report on tonight. Things that never happen in our lives that we worry about 40% of the time. Worry about stuff that never happens. Things that are in the past that have already happened that you can't change in this life. So you can feel 30% of the time, still beat up myself for things in the past. Needless worries about your health. Red wine good for you, or is coffee good for you? It's like, enough, or just enjoy yourself. It's my point. I read that you're supposed to cook your vegetables, but others say you only have to be involved. So we worry about what we're eating, so don't worry about those things. So it's 12% of the time. Petty miscellaneous worries. Are you do good on the speech? Get good on the speech, don't have to worry about it. But the real worries, things that we really need to worry about, is 8%. So 92% of the time when we worry, it's all for nothing. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our table topics master, our club president, Colin Smith.
Thank you very much, David. Always good to get some freebies at these meetings, so don't spend all those pages in one place. I do work in the sewer business, and I just want to confirm that there is no such cloud in the sewers. So, rest assured, flush with a calm and peaceful heart. We are now moving into our impromptu speaking segment of the meeting. So, in contrast to the prepared speech, which is part of the prepared speaking segment, we have an opportunity to learn how to think on our feet, and deal with that ever so anxiety-inducing dilemma that comes in life when somebody forces you to speak when you are not prepared to do so. So my clinic is open. I am accepting patients, and the manner of treatment which you will receive tonight is a question which I have cooked up that you are not aware of, and you have 1 to 2 minutes to respond to. So exercise a little bit of patience. Collect your thoughts. You don't always have to dive right in, answer the question right away. That can be a trap. That can be a trap. So just take a breath, let a couple thoughts percolate, and then let her rip. So I'd like to ask one of our members, would one of our members please volunteer? Table topics. All right. I'm going to go with Ruben first. Go with Ruben first, because you went first last time, I think. Remind you, it's not because I don't like you.
Take it first.
All right. Well, Ruben, how are we doing tonight, brother? Fantastic. I've got a question for you, sir. Some people say, I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, that we only use a fraction of our total brain power at any given time. When you think about your brain power, your computing capacity, does that statement seem true or false?
No, because it's probably similar to a computer CPU where it's not running at 100% efficiency, but you don't really want it to be. Different sections of the brain are used at different points, so it would make sense that your whole brain is being used the entire time. I don't know if that was a question you asked, but yeah, we have different sections for different areas of the brain. So no, that doesn't make sense at all. Is that what you asked me?
Take it however you will.
Okay, I'm going to pretend you said, do we use more than 10% of our brain? No, that doesn't make sense. We did probably pull up. So, no.
All right. Brain is like a surge protector. It won't let you use more than that minimum amount so that you don't combust.
Yeah, it's only using like 10%, but very fast in different areas. 10%.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Ruben. All right, Marty, get up here, bud.
All right.
Come on. You only got 2 buttons unbuttoned tonight?
Give it one more hour. Saturday night, 2 a.m.
Yeah. We need a calendar and need different times of day, different days of the week.
Yeah.
I bet that shirt is just blowing in the wind. All right. Now, a question for you. What is an activity that you can just flow with, that you're really good at, that you really enjoy, that you don't have to think in order to do really well?
Okay. Thank you, Colin, for the question. I might use some patience before answering this. Question was, what's an activity that
I can float and not think about it. Well, I can do a couple things fairly well. One of those things I feel that I can do fairly well is athletics. I was blessed to grow up in the back with the house with a nice backyard and two siblings that I could, have them come outside and play with all the time. So we had a nice big garden. We'll play baseball in the garden, play soccer. What's on there? So I feel like growing up, I was able to play a lot of sports and, play in the backyard. So that allowed me to develop my athletic activities there. And then as I got older, I got more and more serious about them. I played baseball, played hockey, played volleyball, played soccer primarily. And it was to a point where I was kind of training every day. And when you do something every day for a number of years, you tend to become at least decent at it. So now that I am 24, I feel like all those years of learning, and especially as a kid, because as we know, anything that we do as a kid, it stays with us a little bit longer rather than, if we start picking up at, let's say, 25, 35. So because of that, I was blessed and I was fortunate to work at it every day. I feel like when I play athletics, I am decently good at it, and I enter the flow state fairly easily. And I played at a decent level, so it allowed me, I had to become massive in my mind. I feel that has helped me, especially get into the flow state. So with that, turn it back to you, Colin.
Two dynamite tabletop exercises right there. All right, I'm going to offer this one up to any of our returning guests. If any of our returning guests like to ride the bull. Brian. All right, sir. We're going to take the flip side of that question. Is there anything that you have to do regularly that you feel like requires squeezing every last drop of juice out of the brain in order to do it? It's not something you can do passively. You gotta crank that sucker up in order to get her going and get her done.
That was a great question. I would have to say definitely standing in front of a group of people and speaking extemporaneously is probably something that they require me to get out of something that definitely is not in my flow. So yeah, that is yeah. I like to be in the flow. The flow is good. I want to live in that flow. I know that we're supposed to. I think that's where I'm listening to my inspirational thought of the day. It's about finding out who you are, getting in places that you're in flow. It's definitely like where you become alive, and that's when you know when you're there, and you feel it, and you don't think about it. And like I just drove from here to there, and I don't know how I got there. That can show you that you're in flow. I feel bad saying this. Sometimes certain days at work, certain days I work from home, and like there's certain days where it's just like everything falls into place. You got this, and all those, and then there's other days where I'm like, I don't know what to do. Is it because I don't have any, or I have some issue or some project, some task that situation is like I have to like hack my brain to figure out how to. As my answer is that some days at work I'm in the flow, and some days I am not in the flow, and that requires some serious, I don't know, mental jujitsu to try to find your way.
Mental jujitsu, Dana. Write that one down. Right here.
Yeah.
Right there. All right, I do want to open up the opportunity to one of our first-time guests. First-time guests. All right, Sue. All right, Sue. set a slightly higher bar for you, seeing as you're a 5-year vet Toastmasters in Arizona. I don't know how they do things in Arizona though. Are they soft over there?
Yes.
Okay, all right, we're hard here, we're hard. All right, my question for you, is there an activity or a topic, subject, whatever it might be, that always or never fails to make you think deeply? Something that makes you think deeply, whenever you encounter it or whatever it is.
Mr. David Toastmaster. Something that made me think harder is always how to make people feel confident or without any conflict. How do I get along with that? Because from my culture and Korean, I am not patient naturally. I'm not in complications, especially being in shower for 2 weeks. I thought people are not patient at all compared to the ones in Arizona. I lived in Arizona for 24 years. I've never been hugged on the road. Here, on my birthday, I've been hugged every day on the road. That is not acceptable for me because, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Well, I was going slow, or I forgot to on my blinker and I get hugged. Oh my God. So people are not patient to hear at all. That's the one thing that I have to think harder and work harder, not to be blunt in front of people, not to make them feel offended. Thank you.
All right, stop mocking at Sue. Sue, at the end of this, we're all gonna come outside, we're gonna take a good look at your car, and ride. And we're just gonna I'm inclined to think that if everyone's honking at you, you might be the problem. But we're gonna go out there, we're gonna internalize the image of your car, and I think we're gonna collectively agree later. All right, well, fantastic. Let's give it up for our table topic participants. Those actual dots that you just thumbed and for sharing them with us. I'm going to turn the meeting back over to Toastmaster David.
Thanks, sir. Next up, part of Toastmasters is our evaluations. When you give a speech, you get feedback from one of your peers, and that's what we do with the Toastmaster. And before we get to the individual evaluator, I'm going to turn it over to our general evaluator, the best sergeant of arms we currently have, which is Tom.
They're just trying so hard. All right, so I'm going to be doing the general evaluation tonight. That pretty much means that I'm just going to talk about whatever I want in the meeting for however long that I want to. But I'm going to be considerate. Before I do that, we are going to have the individual evaluator for our extracurricular speech tonight.
Congratulations on your first time. What's that? It's so confident. Never really started to walk the speech. The sense of people. Someone first speech and adding that. Something that given the high speed speech, we make thousands and India, Portugal, years of the practice that I said, big times, I don't know what it is. What is that? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. What it is. That how you. Approach or that, the best part of your, the main, another best part is, in your first speech, you have used the, you have walked around, you have used the right volume, those, I think you were very, so that is a good stuff. I was trying very hard to find out one negative point, so that's.
All right, so meeting tonight, we started on time. I'm still trying to figure out what I say at the beginning of meetings. So I know it's a little awkward, but it's okay, we're getting there. David did a great job setting up. He really does carry the club, and he really brings the production value, especially with this whole legal pad thing. So I know that I'm gonna go home and write things on my legal pad. I hope everyone else does. Really love to see all the guests tonight. I think this is possibly the most guests we've had in quite a while. Like normally it's like 5, 6, something like that, but I think y'all are usually outnumbered. I also really love all the acknowledgements of the fact that people get for. I think that's a really important framing to kind of appreciate what this whole space is for people. And that we can all be hanging together and help each other grow by this. I thought that David was honestly pretty cool with his team tonight. Unfortunately, he is a professional. He knows that we were going to be tight on time, so he's been keeping it pretty light on what we're talking about. But I still think that it was good. I do want to call attention to a statement that a lot of us don't think. I think it's a very important point. I think you should speak for yourself. Ballard, inspirational master, absolutely loved it. Thought that was very profound. I wrote down, especially the struggling with your dark side. Right, great. Maybe think about how when I wake up in the morning. And then I can home and I have some breakfast. That's all. Dana, absolutely love what you did with the sign. Dana is one of our Toastmasters, just like David, who always valuable. And she's a great vibe. Pooja, icebreaker, absolutely love it. Love the energy. And the use of space up here. It's really cool to see how far you come from the first meeting. I remember we just first meeting, I was up this, and she came up and asked her a question, and she was just like, "Oh, please, that question." All the way up to up here, and just like. Colin, table topics. I thought it was really, something that was really good that we did with table topics that I think one of the table topics last year missed out on is really trying to give you like tips for how to handle table topics, which I think the best tip that he gave, and I think one that all of us can come is take pause, think about the question. Don't be in a rush to answer. Because anybody who's got here knows that really easy. Somebody who does a really great job with taking on that person, learning always, because there's always a tabletop experience. That's not a rule, it's always a person. He gets up here, he pauses, he states the question, so as to himself a second to think about it, and also to get that back to the audience. I think that's just an excellent technique and something that we incorporated. It's also pretty cool, that's great. Want to shout out Sue for being here 2 weeks after she moved. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm a terrible driver. People don't talk to me, so. All right, that's gonna wrap up my evaluation. Now I'm going to turn it over to the Marion for the Marion report.
Jobs, like, not a ton of filler words, and it was good. Probably for ice cream. That's very. Two some space, and then you go on to like your thoughts, move on. Yeah, and put your notes. I was also, and I've never come to a company. Something. Ruben, couple of couple of likes, I feel like it's part of your flow. And Brian, couple of likes. You're both doing table topics as well. And when you're speaking off the cuff, I think it's very difficult not to have any filler words. I'm sure I can take some too. Exemplary language, extemporaneous. Mental jujitsu, loved it, great. And I also loved your inspirational speech. I was also drawn to the part about acknowledging your darkness as well as your light. Slightly different take on it. I tried to be a whole person at work and things like that. Be a positive person. And I remember telling my best friend since we were 7 or 8, you know, how do I say, you know, it's kind of negative at work. A certain person seems disappointed. She said, Dina, you're not a cartoon. You are to act that day. It's okay to acknowledge like a little darkness here and there. You're not a cartoon. So I think that's an interesting take on it for me at least. Is acknowledging your darkness isn't even so much bad about you. It's just maybe what's real about it. But I love your inspiration. So congrats on that. Word of the day, everybody did a great job using it. David used it. Colin used it twice. Martin used it. Sue used it 3 times. Congratulations. So great job, everybody. Indicated at 16:22 seconds. 8 seconds. Martin, a minute 49. Brian, a minute 54. Sue, a minute 42. Tom, 5 minutes, 5 seconds. For no reason, came in at 2 minutes. So, everyone.
Yeah, that's actually right. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to David.
Now I'm gonna close it out because I need to track time. Back over to our president.
All right, let's give it up for David. Woo! Toastmaster of the day. The subtlety to it can be complex, right? You have to prepare some elements of speaking. You also have to be able to improvise. You got to keep track of time. That is a role that I think has a lot of utility in many jobs that people who come through this club have. So don't just look at, oh, well, there's these roles, you can give a prepared speech, or you can table topics, for instance. That role is a whole meal right there. And it's a really good proving ground for a skill set that you can take with you back into the real world. So as per tradition, we'd like to acknowledge our icebreaker speaker. Yeah. With another ribbon. In chewing tobacco. These are mints. These are icebreaker mints. If you want to try and fit them all in your mouth right now, we'll pause and watch.
I will have to brush my teeth for a long time now.
Nicely done.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here today.
All right. Now, before I hand things back over to our Vice President of Membership to kind of close things out with our guests, I was remiss to not have another table topics question for Natalia. So, Natalia, come on. Yeah, put you on the spot. Because I knew I wanted to challenge you extra special. So, Natalia, you're from Ukraine, is that right? Okay, and so English is not your native language, although you speak it better than most Americans.
No, I appreciate it.
My question for you is, as somebody who is very fluently bilingual in 2 languages, or maybe more, what language do you feel most comfortable speaking in? And are there things that you think in more English and things that you think in more Ukrainian or Russian?
Yes, I do speak Ukrainian and Russian, and my mother lives in, so I have sort of picked up. But I do speak in English now, which is very interesting, because several years ago when I visited Ukraine, our family was aware of it, so it's opposite to Europe, so I was sort of that it's backwards. It took me several days until I started to express myself more accustomed to Ukrainian language. So technically, I'm not actually here, and everyone asks me where I'm from. And also when I go back home, because I have an accent there, people immediately say that, where do I live now? So technically, by my language, I don't belong to you. I have to find my own spot in this world.
All right, fantastic.
I'm thinking in English, and it also takes me a couple minutes to switch that years ago. Adjust the way I'm expressing.
More than 10% of the brain. All right, gonna pass the mic over to Dana. Dana's gonna come around. She's got a little something for all of our guests tonight.
Yes, I do. We're running low on time. Usually I would ask people for some thoughts, but I'm gonna go around and just ask you for one word that sums up this meeting for you. So, Ryan.
Just, I love this club. You guys have a real class act. There's
Class.
Thank you. One word.
Splendiferous. I got someone did a fantastic job. I didn't like it, except one word. I'm just talking. I did say. Yeah. Okay.
We'll let it slide for a second.
I would say inclusion.
Well, guys, great meetings.
about
Yes, we hope they do all come back.
Thanks so much, Damon. Thanks again, all. So if you are not a member, welcome to come back as many times as you like. There is no obligation to join, though we would, of course, love to talk to you about the benefits of joining if you decide that's something that you're interested in. There's also about 24 clubs in the Charlotte area. David Jones right there, he knows just about all of them because he's involved in, I guess, the next level of governance in Toastmasters. This guy's a member of 5 clubs. He spends his own free time and money traveling around to different states to go to other clubs. So Toastmasters Encyclopedia over there. If you are a guest and you have any questions about what you saw tonight, and we did not drug you, everything that you saw happened, turn to a member sitting at your table and ask them about anything that's on your mind. Ask them about their experience here. You can speak with Dana if you are interested in pursuing membership with the club. I'll talk to you about that. And then my final request tonight is if everyone at each table could please stack up their chairs and one volunteer cart that table back into the back room over there. Light hands, many hands make light work, so thank you very much. Love seeing you all tonight. Hope to see you again next Tuesday. Find it here. Let's find it together.